Hey everybody, you're watching A Physio Named Jonah. That's this guy. Today I am excited to be reviewing a new product from a company that I have really enjoyed reviewing products for in the past. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the brand new Heatpulse back and core massager sent to me by HYDRAGUN. I'll share with you my first thoughts I had on unboxing it, give you some information on what it is and how it works, give you my thoughts on using it as a physiotherapist for the past few weeks, and finally share the perspective of some of my colleagues that I had try this out as well. Thank you to HYDRAGUN for giving me the opportunity to review this cool new product, but without further ado, let's get to my first reactions when I unboxed it. Oh! Well, hello everyone. So I haven't actually even opened this yet, so let's just go ahead, pop her open, take a look at what's inside, and maybe try her out for the first time. Go get the jaws of life to get this thing out of the plastic. I'll deal with that later. Heatpulse back and core massager. We've got the little pod hanging out on top there as soon as we open it up, which if it's like the knee massager is going to be our control pod. It's just got 3 buttons on top, USB-C charger in the bottom, little power button on the side, and it looks like just those 3 buttons on top is what's going to control it. Oh, awesome. So it actually comes with its own little carrying case. That's even better. Some little like mesh pouches inside, USB charger, and then, oh, you know how I love an instruction manual. Wow. Okay. Just based on the picture, it's wider than I expected at the back, which I like. Inside is this very, very soft, kind of like velvety black material. Almost like the same consistency as the Under Armour shirt I'm wearing right now, actually. Interesting. I'm a physio, but that doesn't mean I always understand how Velcro works. I do sections like this for the high quality content of you, the viewer, getting to watch me read an instruction booklet to myself. Buttons should be facing upright so you can use them. As part of your post-workout recovery routine. Well, see? It's okay, well, that's totally fair. I gotta put it back in the instructions box. Yes, I am one of those people who keeps their original video games in the boxes I got them in. Sue me. This is a pretty good fit. Little pods feel like they're in a good spot to get at the lower back. One sort of like resting right above, like basically the crest of my top of my pelvis. And there's one that's like a little bit further at the back. For me, because I'm short, that top one is kind of like right by my rib cage, so we'll see how that feels. And the bottom one is there, but I'm 5'6", 5'8" if I'm wearing my tall shoes, and I definitely don't have the longest torso in the world. So let's do a little bit of heat on the front and the back and just see how it feels. Okay, so what I'll say first off, this thing's pretty comfortable to wear. I think because of the sizing, and it's got like a nice wide strap to it for somebody who is a bit shorter like me, it's pretty comfortable to have sort of wrapped around the midsection. It doesn't feel too like kind of restrictive or like it's kind of cutting me off in any way. I want to try out the vibration. First impressions on the vibration. So let's see how that goes. As a kid, I was always really ticklish, so anytime anything like vibrates for the first time like that, it always makes me giggle. But ooh, it's kind of doing like a little up and down thing. Like it's not just vibrating like the little pods are vibrating, it's kind of like moving in and out like a little massage chair would. I think I wouldn't be able to hang out for too long with it on consistently like that just because of my sensitivity to the whole like tickly kind of nature. Placement of the vibration for my body type anyway feels pretty darn good. Because of where it's like split up between the two, it's not placed too directly over top of like my pelvis or over top of like the ribs. It feels like it's kind of just like spread more to the sides, which is good as well, because I think the one thing that would be relatively more uncomfortable for someone, especially if there wasn't any back pain involved, would be if it was too close into the center, and it was kind of like that vibration over top of lumbar vertebrae would feel not so awesome. Nice gentle heat. This is taking me back to when I was a young athlete. So when I was an athlete growing up, my biggest injury that really hindered me and my life outside of sports was back pain. A couple of years there where it was like more difficult. One year where it was really, really rough and I missed a lot of sports because of it. My lower back was just in a lot of pain, and we tried a lot of different things to like help it improve. Heat and rest was definitely helpful for symptoms. I can think at that time wearing this now is making me feel like I wish I had something like this when I was that teenager, just because it would be a nice way of helping manage the symptoms without having to run to the microwave and put the heat pack in there over and over. I really like the form factor of this thing. I think it's really, really comfortable to wear. It's kind of like got enough structure to it that it seems like it's gonna stay there. There are my first impressions. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll be trying this thing out over the next week, 2 weeks or so, compiling my thoughts and then sharing them with you in the video that you're watching right now. So let me throw it back to me whenever I'm making this. Bye. Thanks, me from a few weeks ago. Let's go ahead now and take a more in-depth look at what this product actually is. One of the things that I really like about the Heatpulse back and core massager is that it's simple and intuitive to use. Sometimes products can be way too complicated, wires, attachments, whatever. That is definitely not the case here. Put very simply, what we have here is a wrap that goes around your abdomen and has a control panel on the front with all the controls that you need very easily accessible. It is simple, very easy to use, and its high quality simplistic design very much appeals to my simple man tastes. The wrap is essentially a fabric wrestling championship belt. I don't know if you can tell, but I've never punched anyone before. That has built-in vibrating pieces here in the section that goes on the lower back. The pieces that fold across the front have Velcro attachments that secure it in place. The controlling pod then fits onto the front of the belt so you can adjust the settings of the Heatpulse as you use it. The settings are super easy to understand, to change, and the options aren't overwhelming, which I also really like. There are two smooth curved lines on the left side when you're looking down at the control panel, and they control the heat that's provided at the lower back and the abdomen. There are 3 settings from low to high, and the heat adjusts quickly as you tap your way through the different heating options. The squiggly lines on the right side, when you're looking down, control the vibration settings. There are 3 different settings, with 2 intermittent ones and 1 continuous vibrating massage setting. You can mix and match the heat and vibration settings pretty much any way you want, and you don't have to have either one on to use the other option. The control pod on the front has a USB-C plug that you can plug into whatever charger best suits your fancy. It's nice that, just like the knee massager, you can take the pod off of the belt and the straps so you don't have to lug the whole thing all around when you just want to charge it. It comes in a pretty nice little carrying case as well, which has pockets inside for the control pod, charging cable, and the instruction manual. It all folds up into a pretty tidy little container, which also tickles that simple man fancy. Using this thing is incredibly easy. You just wrap the belt around your waist so the widest part is across your lower back and the folds are across your stomach. Place the control pod onto the slot on the front, turn the power on, and get things set to whatever setting you want to use. That's essentially what this product is and how to use it, so why don't we now get into my thoughts as a physiotherapist using it for the past few weeks and what its role could be in rehab or dealing with pain. So my first thought when using this is that I wish I'd had it when I was a teenager struggling through the lower back pain that I went through. The heat that comes out of this is very constant and comforting, although I did still really enjoy using it as an adult now. I just don't have the same intensity of back pain to speak of, which I'm pretty happy about. Let's just make that clear. Speaking from a personal end, the heating component on the lower back was my favorite part of this, hands down, bar none. The heating from the core is nice as well, but it's a bit thinner onto the front, this section where it wraps around onto the front of the abdomen, so you don't get the same kind of spread of heat as you do onto the wider section in the lower back. The vibration or massaging component is something that I was definitely not as much of a fan of when I first tried it. Although to be fair, I'm pretty sensitive when it comes to using vibrating equipment. It took me a fair bit of time to get comfortable using an electric toothbrush without feeling like my teeth were going to rattle out of my head. So that could definitely be more of a me thing. As I used it a few more times, I definitely got more comfortable using the vibration massage setting in the lower back, but I don't think it's something that I'm likely to continue using a lot. When I use it in the future, I'm probably just going to use the heat into the low back and abdomen setting because I really liked that component of it. My colleagues and the patients that I had try it out also gave me some good feedback. Universally, everyone enjoyed the heat. It's comforting, very easy to use, and easy to adjust for whether you like a more gentle heat or a little bit more intensity. The vibrating massage component did have a bit more of a split response though. I had a patient and colleague who did like using it, however there were others who found that using the vibrating massage in the lower back wasn't as comfortable as just using the heat on its own. I want to make a note and clarify here, in case this wasn't obvious, that the vibration massage setting only applies to the lower back. There are pods in the lower back, and that's where the vibration comes from. The straps coming around onto the abdomen don't have that feature. So the vibrating massage component is just for the lower back, but the heat wraps around the entire belt. I think the quality here is pretty undeniable when you're using it in general. It has a great feel to the material, it's easy to use, and nothing about this thing really feels cheap or rushed, which I really like about everything that HYDRAGUN has sent me to date. I've reviewed multiple other products from HYDRAGUN in the past, and have found that the quality of what they produce always to be quite high. In particular, I'm a huge fan of their massage gun. It's something that I use on a weekly basis ever since they've sent it to me, both personally as well as professionally as a physio. A lot of patients talk to me about the difficulty in managing pain while they're completing activities with back pain. Well, being able to have some heat and vibration targeted to your lower back while being up and around completing those activities may be very beneficial. Professionally, I do think that a product like this can have a helpful role when we're talking about lower back pain. However, like anything, when we're talking about pain, how helpful a product is going to be is really dependent on where that pain is coming from. Now, as always, it's really important to mention that whenever you're thinking about pain presentations, different injuries, that we are all very, very different people and injuries can be very different. So if you're wondering about whether heat or vibration is right for you, I think it's really important to talk to a healthcare provider who knows you and can help kind of guide you through that. With that in mind, if you find that heat is something that you find comforting or helpful for your discomfort, then this product is probably going to appeal to you. Depending on your preference with vibration or vibrating massage, the massaging pulse component of this product may be something that you really enjoy or use less often than just the heat on its own. Something that I would keep in mind when we're looking at a product like this that wraps around the abdomen is that we are all built very differently as human beings, so because this goes around the abdomen, the fit is very much going to vary based on the person. I wear 30-inch waist pants and I'm a relatively lean being, so this product wraps around my torso quite easily. I measured the length of the Heatpulse to give what would be its diameter or width around the abdomen when worn, and the total from tip to tip is 48 inches. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about a product like this, because we are all built differently, so the way that this fits around your abdomen is going to be different from somebody else. I really enjoyed my time over the past few weeks using the Heatpulse back and core massager. I think that it's pretty obvious there is a good amount of quality in this product. The heat for the lower back and core I found to be excellent, though your mileage on the vibration pulsing is likely going to vary based on preference. Finally, I think that for lower back pain presentations like the ones I see in my clinical practice as a physiotherapist, a product like this could definitely have a beneficial role as part of a rehab program. If the Heatpulse is something you're interested in learning more about or picking up for yourself, then follow my affiliate link that is listed down below, which will take you to HYDRAGUN's website. You'll get a discount when taking a look at this or other products from HYDRAGUN because they'll know that you were referred from my YouTube channel. Huge thank you to HYDRAGUN for including me and my channel as a part of the launch of this new product. Now, as a disclaimer, HYDRAGUN did send me the Heatpulse for the purposes of making this review video for them. As with all affiliate links as well, if you follow my link in the description down below, I will receive a small commission from HYDRAGUN for any of the products you purchase because you referred to them from my channel. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and it was helpful in determining if a product like this is a good fit for you. If you have any questions for me about the Heatpulse, feel free to drop them in the comments section for me down below. I do my best to respond fairly quickly and I look forward to getting comments from people, so I look forward to chatting with you there. But most importantly though guys, as always, move your body, have a laugh today, and I will see you at the next video.